Hello, everyone. I'm sure you are connecting all over the world. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to Career Fest by Radisson Hotel Group. I am so excited to be with you today and go through building and developing your career at Radisson Hotel Group. Once you join the company, what would you do to develop your career along all of the successful colleagues in Radisson Hotel Group? This is going to be the discussion for today. I am very pleased to have three of our leaders who are going to take us through their career development and some advices, share some insights about how you can develop and build your career at Radisson Hotel Group. I'm very, very pleased to be joined by Shwetal, who is the Global Senior Director of Learning and Development and Employer Branding. Thank you very much for joining us, Shwetal.
Thank you, everyone.
Also by Anna, who's going to take us through some talent development career insights, and she is the Global Director of Talent Management. Hi, Anna.
Hi, everyone. Lovely to be here.
And Marco, who's a General Manager at the Radisson Collection Hotel in Berlin. Welcome, Marco.
Good morning, everyone.
And myself, Mu'taz, I am the Area Learning and Development Manager for the Middle East and Africa, and I'm so pleased to be with you today. Okay, so let's get started. When I was preparing for this session this morning, I went through your career, Marco, and it's very exciting to see your growth throughout your career with Radisson Hotel Group. So could you please tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and how does Radisson Hotel Group support employee growth? And if you have some personal examples, I'm sure you have a few examples that you can share with us today.
Yeah, thank you. Once again, good morning, everyone. I am the General Manager in Radisson Collection Berlin in Germany. I, meanwhile, work for the company around 25 years. I have worked in about 8 countries and multiple hotels, multiple brands. I'm a very long-serving employee of this company. And to answer the question about examples, that's where I will lead over, basically, because I think I'm the living example of what is possible in our career, in our company, to do career. And, I started in 97 as a trainee, so absolutely entry level. I made my steps further to a regular employee. From that, I moved to a manager. When I became a manager, I was able to enter our, at that time, called Mentee Mentor program, which is a general manager program, which I succeeded in. And I became my very first own hotel as a general manager when I was about 31 years old. And since then I've been a general manager, which is about 12, 13 years. I also was for some time responsible as a district director for about another 8 hotels, so some kind of regional function. And so this is in short wrapped up what is possible within our company. And obviously everybody has his wishes, what you want to do. It doesn't need to be a general manager. It can be a manager. It can be anything you want to be, but the opportunities will always be.
Very good, very interesting. Thank you very much, Marco, for sharing your success story with us. Let me remind our participants first, whenever you have a question, please feel free to drop your question at the Q&A section that we have on the platform. If you would like to know more about us, you can scroll a little bit down in the platform and you will see our photos and our titles, and you can connect with us if you wish to on our LinkedIn platform. Another point, Marco, that I wanted to discuss with you is success stories. Do you have in your experience a story that we can share with all of our participants today about somebody that you have seen growing with the company, somebody that you contributed to the growth of, so we can maybe get inspired by those stories?
Yeah. I would love to tell you about my former operations manager. You know, we try always to develop people from within. So, you know, the position as a general manager is a position that we need to fill regularly because we are growing, we're getting more and more hotels, and, you know, things are sometimes moving. So we need talents that know our brand, that are ready to take the next step. So the operations manager usually is someone that is qualified anytime to become a general manager. And I want to give the example of Alicia, who's yeah, as I said, my former operations manager in the Radisson collection in Warsaw, where I used to work before. She joined me in 2019, actually, as a meeting and events sales manager. Mother of a wonderful daughter, and you know, she really managed to do a great job within her, let's say, time with me. She was promoted to a cluster position with another department, the reservations. So she was handling two departments. And actually, last year in 2023, she was nominated to join our Accelerate program. That's our, yeah, let's call it fast track general manager program that we have in our company. And she joined it in March 23, and she became a general manager in January this year, and she has a wonderful hotel now in the south of Poland. And I think she's the absolute example of, you know, you can come into our company, you know, you have a talent, you have a wish. We develop, let's say, tailor-made development plan for what you would like to achieve. And yeah, and dreams can come true.
Wow, that is very interesting, and I'm very glad that you have mentioned Accelerate as an L&D program, or as a program that we invest in Radisson Hotel Group. And talking about Accelerate as one of our programs, I would like to ask you, Shwital, could you tell us a little bit more about yourself first, and let's talk about Accelerate as a program, and what do you do in learning and development, and what are the learning and development initiatives that we have in Radisson Hotel Group that maybe our participants would like to hear about?
Thank you, Motaz. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again. Happy to be here. My name is Shwetal Randive. I'm originally from India, and I've been working for the past 17 years in India, France, and Belgium. That's where I am based currently in Brussels, always within the field of HR and particularly within learning and development. Currently, I am the Global Senior Director for Talent Acquisition, Learning and Development, and Internal Communications for our company. And with the hat of L&D, I think one of the things that is the focus is really all around fostering growth and development opportunities internally. As Marco like personally laid out, I think one of the key things that makes us proud as a company is really to have one of our culture beliefs coming to life, which is we grow talent, talent grows us. And that's only under the umbrella of what we call Radisson Academy. That's really the umbrella of everything that we do, from training, learning, development opportunities within the company. The academy was actually established 5 years back. So we are celebrating the academy this year with the 5 years. And the 5 years back, the main objective of the academy was really to foster or encourage people to build capabilities and build skills so that they can be competitive in the market. So competitive in hospitality as an industry, because we are very aware that many people who join hospitality or who are working might not have an experience in the function that they choose or the function that they want to grow into. And secondly, it is also, of course, to support performance in the way that it supports all the business initiatives as such, so that everyone excels in the role that they currently do take. And lastly, it is a lot around supporting and enabling everything that we do from a careers point of view, so that we do have that progression and mechanisms to support people in the transition during career progression as such. So these are kind of the big principles which helped us lay the foundation of the academy. And today, actually, I'm joining you from the Radisson Academy live in Copenhagen, where we do see that coming to live with 150 people joining from all different hotels, all different cities and countries coming under one roof and dedicating time to learn and to grow. And with the academy as such, we have multiple different programs that are catered to different audiences and to different people as such. That would be it. Back to you, Motaz.
Thank you very much, Shwetal. Radisson Academy is a very interesting way to call our learning and development activities. So let me ask you, how the Radisson Academy is structured, and who is it available to? Is it available to everybody in the organization, or there are a specific scope that we focus on?
So the short answer for the availability, it is available to everyone because we want to make learning accessible to everyone that joins the company and not being something that's a privilege to only few. So that's kind of a conscious decision we made when we set up the academy as such, that the platform as such is available to everyone. And of course, within the academy, we have a structure that facilitates that accessibility. So we have certain elements which are online that everyone can access, self-paced at any time that they want, making it more closer to them if there is a downtime during shift or any time that they want to focus on. And that's kind of the online offerings that we do. Then, of course, on the job is a critical part as we learn, and it's a key element that happens on properties that's driven by our head of departments and people managers in general. And then we have lives, which we call, which is a week dedicated towards learning that happens all across in the globe once a year at least, so that we make it as broad as possible to everyone. And this is more a conference style wherein things are accessible or different programs are accessible based on the individual development needs for people to focus on. And lastly, we do have certifications and micro credentials. These are more areas or specific programs that can help build more capabilities and more knowledge on specific skill set that someone is after. And these are credentials that you can share on your profile as well to elevate again your own personal profile as such.
Thank you very much, Shwetal, for this comprehensive explanation of the structure. Um, I would like to ask you about those programs that you have mentioned. What are those specific programs that you have in Radisson Hotel Group for developing management skills, for developing managerial level skills, and even for the mid-level management programs?
Yes, so as I mentioned, because we want to have that accessibility for everyone, what we do have is we have leadership tracks, and these are tracks based on different management levels that we have within the hotels. So we do have one tracks which are basically for hotel team members, and another track which is for anyone who is working in offices as well. Because of course, as an industry, we do have teams and people who work within front facing roles but also in support functions as such. So to cater to both audience, we do have specific programs. So for the hotels ones, what we do have is foundations of success, which is kind of the foundations to set yourself up for success when you take on a role of a supervisor for that particular audience. Then we do have something which is for head of departments, that goes for them being established as a head of department within Radisson, and what are the skill sets that are required for you to succeed in that particular role. And then the general manager one as well. And I would love to highlight the one that Marco mentioned as well, which is Accelerate. This is by far, and we did a benchmark within the hospitality industry. It is by far, as the name says, a fast track to being a general manager, the shortest and the fastest within the industry. And and our commitment really there is to have our selected talents go through a journey, and which ends with them being placed as a general manager, and still continue supporting them as they take on that particular role for the very first time, which can be at times of course daunting as well for the first time. So we want to provide those mechanisms towards the individuals. And then for offices, we have similar ones for managers and directors and so on.
Good. Thank you very much, Shwetal, for your answers. Very insightful and very exciting. And this takes me to how do we manage career progression after developing our talents, after investing in those kind of programs. So allow me to invite you, Anna, to discuss a little bit more about how Radisson Hotel Group approach career progression once we complete all of these nice learning and development programs and so on. Could you please tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us how we approach this kind of career progression in Radisson Hotel Group?
Absolutely. Thank you, Madad. Myself, I've been with the company for 13 years already, always within HR, but with different, say, fields of HR. So in HR operations, and now being responsible for talent management and diversity, equity, and inclusion. And within the framework of talent management, we have this big piece about careers. And I think we've mentioned already multiple times today, careers. It is a very important, a pivotal topic for us within Radisson. And last year, we launched our career proposition. So career proposition is how we define careers within the company. And our career proposition is based on 3 pillars, being broad, clear, and fast. Now, if I describe a little bit each of these pillars for you to understand how we look at careers in general. So if I'm speaking about the pillar of broad, these are the examples of Marco, for example, or myself. When we have the opportunity to move around, we have the opportunity to have careers within different hotels, within different offices, within area functions, within the central functions as well. We have hotels all over the world. We have area offices, more than 10, also based in big cities around the world, be it Brussels, as Shwetal is based on Madrid, as myself or yourself, Maud, is based in Dubai, etc. So we have plenty of different opportunities for people to grow their careers by also moving around and having this opportunity of international mobility or regional mobility, if you're willing to do so, is there for you. So I think that is a great benefit also of growing your career, because you indeed can grow your career faster in that pace. And that brings me to the pillar of fast. But here we're not talking necessarily about speed. Indeed, Shwetal and Marco just mentioned Accelerate as being our core GM development program. It is quite fast, but we're speaking about moving at your own pace. If you're willing to, like, again, like Marco mentioned, Alicia's case, she is a mother. She was ready at that time to step up and go into that program. But everyone can move at their own pace based on their personal circumstances as well. And therefore, the employee and the manager, they really sit down together, and through career conversations and building up growth plans, they try to define what could be the career ambitions, what could be the next steps for the person, and what development is required to reach this or that career goal. And this brings me to the third pillar of the career proposition, which is clarity. So clear is the pillar. And what we try to do within Radisson, we try to really create this clarity for people so that they know what options are available, what could be their next step. And for that, we are defining different tools that could help our employees and our team members to identify their future steps and know exactly what development is required and how long it will take them. Now, if you would want me maybe to probably speak a little bit more about these tools, one of them would be something called career maps. Now, career maps is a definition of a department showcasing what options are there within the department, because departments are actually quite big. Of course, we have the operations department with the different sub-functions, say rooms or food and beverage, or also you have a different back of house departments available there. So having a map and having a tool where you can actually click through the different positions and understand what these are all about is very handy, especially when you're new to the hospitality industry, and you can go straight away and have a look at that. And then we were mentioning also today a bit more that we are really looking at our talent, etc. So we have something in our performance and development cycle called the talent review meetings. It is when we are, as a whole organization, looking at everyone within the company and trying to identify their performance versus potential, and then how to help these people to move forward. And I don't know, Marco, maybe you want to share a little bit about the TRMs, because the TRM is everywhere in all hotels, in all offices. How do you find that process?
Yeah, thank you, Anna. You described it perfectly. In a hotel as such, that is our key meeting and key evaluation to look at progression of the team members. So we do it on a yearly basis to have this key meeting where we do identify, okay, which person is maybe ready to make the next move. For example, Alicia was one of the people that was flagged in that particular meeting. And based out of this conversation, we form a development plan. We look, okay, what is necessary, maybe a training, maybe an individual training that she does together with the GM. And then basically out of this meeting, we take our next steps for the upcoming year. Of course, there's a conversation between myself and that employee where we also explain it, clarity. We have already spoken about it. So we explain exactly, okay, what are the next steps, and then basically build it up on that. And I think it's also important to know these TRM meetings we do usually by region. So we, for example, last year I was sitting in Poland, and we had every general manager of Poland in that meeting. We had every HR manager of Poland in that meeting, and some senior people from our head office who joined that conversation. So it is also an exchange and look, that hotel will need next year a front office manager, and that hotel has the right candidate to go into this position.
Yes, thank you, Marco. Indeed, you see, the beauty of this is that we don't work in silos, we work all together. So from the hotel level into the area level, into careers, into learning and development, etc. So this is all a joint process of our big strategy towards really developing our team members and helping our team members grow great careers.
Very, very insightful. Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you, Marco, for your input as well. Yes, talent review meetings is very, very, very much important in our organization. And I see people very excited every year for that time of the year. Yes, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of investment at the same time. Great. Allow me to take few questions from our participants. We have somebody who's very, very excited to join Accelerate program. So this question is to you, Shwetal. What are the prerequisites or the eligibility criteria to be part of Accelerate program?
Thank you, Motaz. Great to see the excitement. We have similar excitement internally as well for that particular program. So, of course, it is dedicated for anyone who is already part of our portfolio, who is already working for our company. And then it is someone who is identified during the TRMs that Anna and Marco have been highlighting based on performance, based on potential. There is a thorough discussion around the individual to see where it fits in. And of course, from a pure criteria basis, performance, potential, and having at least 18 months within the company just to know the know-how and how Radisson Hotel Group functions are the core basis to be part of this exciting program.
Thank you very much, Rita. Thank you very much for your answer. Another question, maybe Marco, you can help us answering this question. Somebody is asking, is there an opportunity to work in another country where I actually live or where I am from? Have you got some examples from your career or in your hotel working with you right now? How diverse is the organization in Radisson Hotel Group, or how diverse the hotel that you work at?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, of course. I mean, we in my particular hotel here, I have probably about 15 nationalities. So it is we are there very diverse, very open, and obviously we're looking for positions, and you know, the best candidates or the candidates that are interested for these positions are basically having interviews. We look for it, but the opportunities are I would say endless. Yeah, we have or in some other countries, obviously you have different interests from different countries. Yeah, somebody like to work more there or more there. So obviously that changes a little bit in every country. But yeah, I think here, especially in Berlin, is yeah, diversity is key.
Very good. Thank you very much, Marco. Very interesting answer too. Talking about career, one last question to you, Anna. Is there a possibility that I can join the company and then make my transition within the company from one department to another, from one section to another? Is there a possibility in Radisson Hotel Group to do that?
Yes, absolutely. And this actually happens quite frequently because, as I was describing, we have the different career maps to showcase where it is easier to transition to which department. But we are actually, in general, very open. So, say we have people working in a hotel at the reception department, and then those people who are willing to join maybe the central office in revenue. We have something called the Club of Revenue Management within the different offices. So here we have one big one in Madrid or in Dubai and some other locations as well. So for example, people from a hotel who would want to join the central office have this opportunity, and you do not need any specific experience in revenue because you already have what is needed, and you will be shown what is necessary to do, and you just need to have the motivation. Or then and similar things happen within other departments. We are very open to really transition people within that pillar of broad as well within the company, which is very, very interesting, frankly speaking.
Thank you very much, Anna. That was very, very interesting to hear as well. Time flies. This is where this was over just like that. Time flies. So thank you again, Shwetal, Marco, and Anna for the insightful session and discussion. I'm very, very pleased myself that I am with you here today. I would like to encourage our participants, don't go anywhere. Go ahead and check the agenda tab on the left-hand corner of the platform and check other sessions coming over today and tomorrow. Check our Radisson Hotel Group career page and apply for the roles that you are interested in. And yeah, have fun and enjoy the learning with Radisson Hotel Group Career Fest. Thank you very much once again. Thank you, our dear leaders, and see you all over the place. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.